Javaid. That's my Facebook page. And I am a global business engineer and a business consultant. I have worked in more than 22 countries, taking companies global, optimizing their revenue and their profit, etc. This was my professional background, but besides that, I've had been on a healing journey for around 15 years now. And when I say healing journey, I started off with the idea of tapping into mindfulness and creating through that, empowering the mind and body to actually solve problems. When I went deep into the studies and did courses with Stanford, with Oxford, I learned different aspects of mindfulness that included meditation, that included hypnosis, energy work. There are different set of beliefs. You may have heard of Reiki, you may have heard of law of attraction, meditation, hypnosis. What I've created over the number of years was a product called Time Capsule. And Time Capsule is, I would say, an excellent composition of all those exercises that I went through and then I realized can benefit the people, A, to manage themselves and optimize their own potential. That's like a key. So, today we'll be having one of the time capsule session here, after which you will meet yourself again and you will start to see different things that were right under your nose and the same resources you've had all along, all the time, and you didn't notice them. Starting, this mindfulness exercise is basically we offload a person from day-to-day worries, day-to-day commitment, our deliverables, which occupy us in a mindset where we're continuously on an autopilot mode, and we just keep doing things, be it driving, eating, working, sleeping, having relationships, having family. We go in a continuous pattern of what we know. We never stop to kind of redefine ourselves. Mindfulness helps you to enter and start to explore your own very self, and that's what I specialize. I am doing this on a women's sector in Pakistan. I'm doing this with students. I'm doing corporate trainings. I'm even re-engineering the conferences and human experience in Pakistan. Having said that, the idea is because I do business innovation and I believe in the optimum state of anything that we engage our time in terms of results. So Time Capsule basically responds to different segments of society and help them unleash their own capability. So we have heard in the market things like bending spoon, for example. Through this, you can actually bend your own reality. And you will have a better control, I would say, on your dreams, on your destiny, and the actions that you take. Because there is a philosophy at the back where we are operating from. Oh, that'll be hard. But I'll try. Okay, I'll try. So, let's say if I say, or anybody of you, you introduce yourself, you will say, I am Anila Javaid, and I have a soul, right? I have a soul. Whereas that is not the only fact. The original equation is, I am a soul that's living through the body of Anila in this world, right? So that's my reality. That's my origin. That's where I'm equipped from. Usually when we come into the physical reality, we believe in dimensions, we believe in tangible things where if we can touch something or see something, we believe in it. So let's explore a little bit on the vibrational chemistry of the word, whereby you are familiar with electricity and how it works. You switch on a button and you see a light, but you never figured out the mechanism. Similarly with the sound. Today I speak to somebody over the phone and the person is in US and I am in Pakistan, and we have an excellent conversation, and exactly what I say with the intensity and the emotion is delivered through the vibration of my sound and reaches to another person. So vibrations are everywhere, not just in the form of sound, but also in the form of thoughts. Every thought creates a vibration. Now what's happening is we're continuously in a state where we go on the autopilot of whatever barriers we have been kept into, and we keep repeating the same cycle with the same thoughts, with the same feelings over and over again, which creates a kind of vibration. The vibration which we know as aura as well, which is a part of our personality, of who we are, of how we operate, how we interact, how influential we are in the society and wherever we operate. So, in this practice, I think this is a 1.5 hour segment. My request to you is not to focus on the information only, but also explore the idea of indulging in the information, whereby you try and feel, just get yourself in a state of method whereby you can sense more than you can evaluate. So we leave the evaluation and judgment at the back, especially when we start this session, because we're coming from a mindset where I believe everybody in their day-to-day life are occupied by certain weights and barriers of thoughts, emotions, feeling. There had been times in life where we got hurt, where we felt bad, where we were discouraged, where somebody else took the lead, pushing us behind. It evolved some kind of feeling. And each one of those feelings actually left us with a little weight at the back that we always carry with us. The idea of today's session is firstly and primarily to take off all those weights and bring everyone here in the room on a state of neutral, on a neuroscience we also call it at a state of alpha level, where you are cleansed, your heart is cleansed, your soul is cleansed, so are your thoughts, and you are free enough to actually open up and see the world once again from a brand new point, from a new beginning, like you were born again. So neurosciences has studied the lives of many over 100 years now, and they have been evaluating a child from the time he was born until they grew up, they studied, they adopted to their professions, they went into their own field. Some of them were businessmen, some of them were just accountants, some of them were running businesses. They were into different segments of the society, and they observed their life closely and they tried to analyze what is that dominating factor that sets aside a person's quality to be able to succeed in what they do. What differentiates, what determines the amount of success that you will encounter. And guess what? It was a surprise to me, and I'm sure it'll be a surprise to you, that it is measured through the quality of the relationships we have in our life, which we hardly look at, because we have ambitions, we have targets, we have segments, we have so much to do. And those relationships which are like right underneath our eyes, we tend to sometimes compromise them. It's not the amount of friends you have, it's not the amount of people you have, it's the quality of relationship that you have with anybody. Be it your friend, your spouse, your sibling, your parents, anybody, even your colleagues. So that quality determines, and this is proven by neuroscience, so this is not a religious, hypothetical assumption whereby we're saying, okay, be nice to people and you'll have a nicer life. No, it's a science that proves when they study these people who were most successful and most vibrant and very, I would say, dynamic, had good quality of relationships underneath. So it is very important to also neutralize and open up to day-to-day relations, with the people that we interact with, and we're going to attend to this even through the session. So what I'm saying right now is actually a glimpse into the ideology of when you indulge in the trance. I'll be asking you to close your eyes and listen to my voice guidance. I'm also a voice healer, so my vibrations have an impact to open up hearts, open up mind, help you through the journey. There is, this is no magic. I do nothing special, because sometimes after the session people believe like I'm a magician or I'm an angel or something. No, it's just that I've studied it enough and I was gifted, which I combined together, and I looked deeply into people's life, and I really care about the humanity. I also call myself the ambassador of positivity. So whatever we originate here is basically backed by simply positivity. It is religiously unbiased. It's socially unbiased, it's non-political, so you can completely give in to yourself and capitalize on these moments, because I'm sure all of you had things to do and you made a time, you're here, you're present, which means that this is the time that was destined for you to interact with something like this and to let go of all past beliefs that has held you or your development in one way or the other, or even if not, it just equips you with new horizons altogether. So that's what we're going to do, coming from neurosciences. And when we undergo the process, we will also be processing your past life emotions. So because we believe that emotions play a very vital role to your performance. And in modern society, when we live in a screen age, when everybody is so occupied and overloaded with information, we usually let go of the importance of taking care of things which happened in recent past or a long time ago. We just put it behind us because we are demanded to have performance with every going moment. We tend to just leave behind the unprocessed emotion, which is fine in terms of performance, but what it is doing to your soul and your body and to your heart is these emotions stagnate within the body. They create energy blocks, a free flow of life force energy, which should be ideally, just freely flowing. You should be spreading love, you should be connecting people, you should finding out your horizon. It kind of starts blocking us from a very early age due to the influences that we have from the society and the experiences that involve the emotional situation. And then we carry these emotions. So today we're going to neutralize all these emotions, if there are any, which have been holding you back. And my suggestion would be that if you start to feel something deeply, don't ignore it. It means, because you can just visualize your own inner self. You will be in connection to yourself. I just have the readings and I can guide accordingly and take you to a point where you have a visibility and a front face with your situation. When that comes, you notice it, you acknowledge it, you respect that it happened and left you with some experience, and then you let it naturally process as it initiates through your heart, as you feel like being. So allow yourself to be yourself completely within the process, so we can detoxify the soul a little bit. And you will see a difference, when you kind of wake up from this sleep, whereas we're not going to sleep, but some of them tend to even, get into sleep. When we wake up from this sleep, we want to leave this door, leave this room feeling brand new, feeling very fresh, feeling energetic, and letting go of all the troubles. Now, a little bit on the reality of how we assume reality. Our own reality is defined by our own perception and how far we are allowed by ourselves to see. Having said that, when we are kids, we are told by our parents, our family, our relatives, and some friends our limitations. No, you cannot do that. I don't think that's practical. I don't think you know that. You've never done that before. We've all heard these kind of things. And sometimes we gave in. Sometimes we didn't. We moved on and we took the challenge and we moved forward. So somewhere or the other, there are other parties who had a control in setting your reality barriers, who told you the amount of work you can do and the amount of contribution you can have and your capacity. Whereas each one of us is absolutely unique, absolutely pure, and absolutely equipped with the life force when we are living in this world. So everybody was gifted the life from the moment they were born. And we believe that mind is, our mind is some very super organ that helps us decide and helps us perform, which is true because it helps you analyze things. But let me tell you that our heart is an organ that came into being and started beating and serving us and stayed with us until our last moment. That was created and came in this world even before our brain did. So this heart has an intelligence, and that intelligence is the life force, which we have ignored. So today we're trying to, instead of just tapping into our brain, just let go of the judgments of the brain and try and tune in with our heart that connects us to our soul, and that's where we are going to cultivate and move on to the new reality. There's also an important thing after the session. Some people ask me how many sessions would I take to actually change my life, because I do brain rewiring. Let's call it brain rewiring, but we do it from the positivity point of view, so we just turn your perspective towards the positivity. But how many sessions will you take to change? If you want to change, maybe one session is good enough. But what happens is when we go out from this room and we interact with the physical world and the people we know, 5 most connected, close people to you actually help you write or rewrite your reality all the time. It could be your friends, it could be your family. It is those 5 people, mostly 5, it could go up to 10, but 5 important people that will reconfirm and revalidate your beliefs along the way when you went to them and you consulted about something and they had an opinion to give. So it is very important that you select your company wisely. At least you be in the company of positive people who encourage you to follow your dreams. And there is no age for the dreams. At every point in life, wherever we are capable of doing anything that our mind agrees. And ourselves, we allow ourselves to go and take out and do and perform that action or follow that dream or have that ambition. You can do it at any age. It's just that who confirms or who validates the authenticity of your actions and your contribution. And that's how you're going to go about it. So we have to embrace whenever we have a new mindset, like we talked about vibration, every thought has a vibration and yet it creates your personality. It is also important to look at the time period of how long does it take to become your second self, your second nature. It actually requires 40 days of continuous practice. You would either come back in any of the session if you like to pursue further, if you like it in any way, because this is going to be a very basic introduction to what is possible. But there are different subjects that I cater to, which is leadership, which is learning through mindfulness, which is creativity, having more, I would say, a better communication, and other subjects that basically increase the quality of life in every moment that you live. So shall we get into the session now? Because I want to give you guys a good glimpse into the system. So a little guidelines about the session are that your posture is important. Your posture would be you try and give me a straight back, which means your spinal cord from your head to the tailbone is straight enough to have the flow of energy. Second thing will be your stillness. Stillness in a way you find whatever is comfortable for you. If you like to put your hands, cross your hands, wherever you like to place them on the chair. When you find your comfortable position and we start to descend in the trance, I like you to hold that position for as long as you can. Because your stillness will activate, give a depth to the experience. And then there will be a breathing exercise. So when we're going to start that, I'm going to re-emphasize on breathing. It might sound like it is something ordinary and may not be very interesting as a movie. Because you're closing your eyes and you're only asked to breathe and let go. Just hang in there and just follow the voice guidance. So don't be bored with the breathing exercise, even though it's not for so long, but just commit to it and deliver this to yourself. And then if there are some experiences where I would ask you to join in and move forward. If you're comfortable moving forward, go along and take the step. And if you have any reservation, just observe it from a distance. So there is no surprise here. So you will be just with yourself and see your own life through your own eyes, through your own experience. And breathing would be important, stillness would be important. If you like to tilt your neck at any point in time, please do so. Even if you like to move every once in a while and that's important for you, please do so. Don't think that I've moved so now it's not working for me, it will still be working for you. Right? So my suggestion is that you find that posture and come to a comfortable position and place your hands so we can stretch.
शायद साहब आप थोड़ा उर्दू में भी बता दें, बड़े बता।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मुझे हुक्म दिया गया है कि उर्दू में बताऊं कि होगा क्या। मैडम आपको ट्रांस में ले जाएंगी और ये ऐसा तरीका होगा जिससे हमारे जो इमोशनल इम्बैलेंस है वो स्ट्रेट हो जाए। और जैसे उन्होंने कहा you might find yourself a newborn person even after just one session. उसमें दो चीज़ें इम्पोर्टेंट हैं। एक तो ये कि ब्रीदिंग तरफ जैसे कहेंगी उनका वॉइस जो जहाँ आपको ले जाए हमें ले जाए हम उस तरफ जाएंगे। और जिसमें दो चीज़ें इम्पोर्टेंट हैं। एक तो ये है कि हम अपनी ब्रीदिंग की तरफ तवज्जो दें इस तरह से जो हमें बताएंगी। और दूसरा ये कि स्टिलनेस में अभी उन्होंने बताया कि हम अपनी कमर को, पीठ को बिल्कुल सीधा रखेंगे और स्ट्रेट रखेंगे अपने बैक को और अपने पोस्चर को ऐसा रखेंगे जो हमारे लिए कंफर्टेबल हो। अगर हम अपने हाथों को उंगलियों को बांधना चाहें वो भी कर सकते हैं, पाँव को आगे पीछे करना चाहें वो भी कर सकते हैं, वो बाद में अगर नेक को टेढ़ा करना चाहें वो भी कर सकते हैं। तो आज़ादी भी है और बड़ा उसमें तंजीम भी है। तो वो हमें गाइड करेगी अपने वॉइस के जरिए से। So we will follow her voice. Madam, did I do any justice?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.